All right, welcome back to Season 7 of the Mario Kart One Try League. I need to fix Uno's stream real quick. I cut off the right side of his gameplay. Give me just a moment. I need to reset the transform. Otherwise, we were not going to be able to see the right side of the screen. Much better. Let's go with this. Okay. Thanks for your patience on that. Looks like we don't get the bottom part of Uno's screen, which is okay. It doesn't really cover much ground there. Okay, so we have Uno versus Amiral. Amiral is a player that's actually started on the rankings less than a year ago, just shy of 11 months ago, and is currently ranked 191st from France. And Uno is ranked 213, hailing from Virginia, who started back in 2018. So we have an NTSC player, Uno, going against a slightly higher ranked PAL player. Regardless, the players are very closely ranked. 22 rank disparity between them. So even with the version difference, there should be a lot of close plays here. Just looking back into the history so far of weeks 1, 2, and 3 for the players. In week 1, Uno went against Baker and won, and Amiral went against Troubleclef, and Amiral won. In week 2, both players lost. Amiral losing against Scarface, and Uno losing against Dr. DK Bonanza. And then week 3, both players have won. Uno against Troubleclef, and then Amiral versus Yo-Yo Yoshi. So both players are 2-1 heading into this match. And Uno, being the lower ranked player, will choose the map first, and Uno has chosen Koopa Troopa Beach. I'm going to just let them know that I'm ready, and we will get this on the road. Well, on the beach, technically. Okay. And the syncing up will be very easy since I only have to sync up the first part. All right, both players off, getting around the big part of the rock to start. Uno headed up to the ramp. Hops in, makes it in. I see a little bit of cart jiggling going up to the ramp. I sense a little bit of stress. If either player is going to make it, they do both make it in, however. Amiral is starting to get caught up in the water, comes back up to the beach. Both players driving relatively clean, a little wide around the rock structures, but both players doing a great job. Uno making it through the cave for the second time, bonks the wall, misses the water. Amiral with a wide swing to the right side of the cave entrance, but makes it in. Looks like based on the water cycle that Amiral is a little bit behind. Hits the crab. Uno, third jump in, makes it in. Wow. And Uno remarked before this began that he's terrible at picking tracks, but that is not the case. And gets a 123.84. Amiral, third jump up, makes it in. Both players made 3 out of 3. Well done. Only mistake was just Amiral hitting that crab. Otherwise, fantastic showing. Good start from both players. 141.03. And 123.84. And that looks like Uno takes that. Even with that crab hit, they were still within a second of each other with the conversion. All right, so Amiral will be up to choose next. I can see Amiral trying to choose. Ooh, taking us to Banshee Boardwalk. Both players are ready. All right. So yeah, good picks. I mean, KTB is a great pick from Uno. There is some variability. And plenty of mistakes to be made. You know, the technically lower ranked player is going to be looking for mistakes from the higher ranked player. Higher ranked player will be, especially a PAL user, will be picking more technical tracks. So going to Banshee Boardwalk is a great play. But we have a ghost on the field, which is not allowed, and we need to figure out how to handle that. What do the rules say about ghosts? Other than we can't have them. Dun dun dun. It just says no ghosts allowed, but it doesn't actually say what we do if they accidentally have a ghost. Certainly, yeah, definitely forgot to remove it. Yeah, and that makes sense. Well, we'll see if this makes a difference. I assume it's gonna make a difference, but it's not like it really gives you an advantage on Banshee Boardwalk. So I was looking through the rules. The ghost isn't even on screen anymore for Amiral. I don't imagine that this makes a big difference, but I'm gonna ask them if they care. So I didn't really catch the first half of this course, just since I was looking up the rules. But based on what I'm seeing, it looks like Amiral in general has driven a lot cleaner. I saw a bit of ping pong action from Uno earlier. Uno getting the 149.18. Oh, but Amiral hits the wall big time. That will probably make the difference there. That was definitely a few seconds. Bigly. $217.02. And 149.18. And Uno takes that one as well. I'm gonna just poll the players. And I'm discussing with them that there isn't anything in the rules stating a penalty for using a ghost, but I'm going to ask them if either of them care that there was one. Or I guess I'm asking Uno specifically if he cares. He won, so I'm going to say probably not, but I'm just going to leave it to them since they are the ones competing. Uno says it's fine. As pretty much since he won that, it's pretty much no big deal at this point. Uno taking us to Yoshi Valley. Moving forward. I'm gonna remove that pick. Just as a reminder, both players do have 2 fast lap picks that they can have and 1 shortcut that they can designate from their pool. Uno taking a much more aggressive start. Amiral taking a little bit more of a conservative start, but after hitting the shroom, hits the wall, misses the first set of spinies, hits the second ones. Again, just going back to the discussion regarding high variance tracks, this is exactly why the lower ranked player does want to choose tracks like this, because they're really aiming and hoping for big mistakes from their competitor, which are happening. Uno with a clean first lap, 30-32. Amiral falling off is going to be forced to go around. Uno making it through the first set of spinies and the second. Wow. Way to go, Uno. And in case you missed it, I didn't comment on it, but Uno almost got smashed by the egg in lap 1 and just narrowly avoided it, which was great. Amiral having a much better second shroom, makes it through the spinies. Wow, that was really risky. Hits the second ones, which not a big deal. Uno hits the second one as well. It just the second ones are a bit safer unless you hit the volcano, but both players did go to the left. Uno making it over, but does avoid falling off the side, which would have been a pretty big tie-up, minus just that first start there. Uno going off the road for the finisher and gets 135.13. We get to see those sweet flashing numbers on Uno's side. Since he is apparently playing with a clean cart. Amiral on the third jump makes it over. And off-road to the end. All right, that looks like first set for Uno. 213.08 to 135.13. All right, Uno takes the third track, and therefore it takes set number 1. Sets are best 3 of 5. And 3 of 5 courses, and first player to 3 sets of 5 will win the match. Now that Uno has won the first set, that means that Amiral is up first to choose a track. And as you see indicated on the bottom, there are a pool of tracks for both players, and then the jokers indicated at the bottom. As they're choosing tracks, I'm removing them from the pool. And on sets 3, and if we make it 5, those pools will reset. Not the jokers, but just the tracks. And Amiral going for Luigi Raceway. Good picks. Very methodical picks from both of these players. Amiral going for more of the technical tracks, which will be a standard for a PAL and higher ranked user to choose versus their lower ranked NTSC opponent. So very, very good picks from both of these players. Uno's been playing pretty crazy though, very clean. Really just shows how much work Uno has put into time trials. As I say that, Uno hits the wall, gets bounced out into the grass. So I really apologize for that curse. Amiral generally having a better time driving. Some mistakes from both the players going into the off-road territory, but nothing too crazy except for the bounce from Uno. So Amiral should be up a little bit based on some of that janky movement towards the end of lap 1. Uno staying away from the wall this time. Double shroom up. Very nice double shroom from Uno. Amiral right behind with the double shroom. Both players sticking pretty well to the wall. Amiral having a slightly better return to the road with the double shrooms. All right, third lap. Uno adjusting to not go off-road. There's no mushrooms anymore. A little bit of a wide ending. Bearing in mind, a little bit of a slow lap 1 from Uno. From some of that movement. Amiral having a much tighter turn on that last turn. We see 2 double lot 98 versus 141.45. It looks like Amiral will take that. We're going to convert now. And indeed, by 1 whole second, Amiral takes track 1 in set 2. All right, and where will Uno take us next? There's not too many more super high variance tracks. A Moo farm pick would make sense. And I pull up Discord, and there it is. Both players are ready. Very, very methodical picks from both of these players. I gotta laugh because it's exactly what you should really play in your picks in this specific scenario. This is specifically, methodically, the best chance for Uno to get ahead in high variance tracks and Amiral in lower variance tracks, which aside from a big mistake on Banshee Boardwalk, has been in each other's favors. Uno hitting a mole. Amiral going all the way around the moles and saving the mushroom. So Uno firing off that first shroom. Amiral should still be slightly ahead. Amiral going for a very conservative first turn mushroom, which I don't think I've seen from any competitor so far, but honestly makes a lot of sense. I don't know, even with the mole hit, if Uno uses the usual spot, although he went wide, I think it should even out the that first shroom there. Amiral doing the second shroom in the normal spot. So now we are back even on mushrooms. I'm gonna say Amiral's still a little bit ahead due to the mole hit. Uno going so aggressive around that last corner. Makes it through, however, for the 119.32. Amiral going safe all 3 laps. No mole hits. We'll see if it pays off. And it does. The mole hit was a big cost and some more erratic movement from Uno. Amiral had a very consistent, although very safe time on Moo Moo Farm. Does take it. So Amiral up 2-0 in set 2 against Uno. So Uno's going to have... actually, no. Amiral has the pick now. So Amiral can actually seal Uno's fate with this next pick. And we're going to MR. We'll see what happens here. I mean, realistically, Uno wants to go for the mushroom cut. I don't know how confident he feels on that, because Emerald's going to have the advantage bigly without it. Even if both players go and takes a safe route around the mushroom, it's going to put Uno at a big disadvantage. Uno hits the wall. Emerald does go safe. Surprisingly, I think he knows that he has the advantage even with going around. Which means that it would take a gigantic, massive mistake on like the mushroom cut for Uno to get caught up now at this point. Uno, second mushroom cut up, makes it through. Very nice second lap from Uno. Amiral driving clean. 25.31 for Uno. 30.78 for Amiral. Third mushroom cut. Uno makes it through. Using the mushroom as a backboard. Amiral driving around all 3 with the mistake. This should be Amiral's set. Nicely done. Good comeback from Uno. 121.39. Amiral with an incredibly clean, safe Mario Raceway. Look at those lap times. 32. We got 2 30.78s. All right, and Emerald takes the third track and therefore takes set 2. We're now 1-1 heading into set 3, which means that all of the track picks come back. They get to choose probably these same ones again. And it's going to be Uno's pick first. And as it is set 3, we have all of the picks again. Uno choosing DJJP. All right, the players are counted down. We're going to DK's Jungle Parkway. That is Uno's pick in set 3. I'm going to get these a bit more synced up now. There we go. Both players not going off the road at the beginning. Amiral taking it easy, going around the cave entrance. There's cave entrance, the ramp, the entrance to the ramp. Uno firing the mushroom. Both players with an incredibly safe jump to the right. Uno with a little bit of a better one. Amiral getting caught on the tree on the mushroom cut. So Uno should be ever so slightly ahead. Now into the cave. Cave climb, but Uno does not make it up and tumbles. Uses the mushroom to get up the side. So now Amiral is in the lead. Almost catching up video-wise. So mistakes from both players. Amiral on the first mushroom cut. Uno with yet another conservative mushroom ramp jump. Amiral too. Neither player going very aggressive on that jump. They are, funnily enough, jumping at about the same spot. But Uno now without a final mushroom and with the big tumble in the cave, Amiral should be still bigly in the lead. 39.82. Much better lap from Uno on lap 2. Amiral going very safe on the cave climb. Ooh, Uno going for the big jump. Doesn't make it, but does courageously go for it. Amiral now peeling ahead video-wise now. Final cut. Now we will see them play it out. Big lead for Amiral. And Amiral coming through with the 224, high 224. And Uno with the 220. So that is also the disadvantage of playing a high variance track. As the lower ranked player, you do have more chances to make large mistakes yourself. All right. Amiral is choosing Rainbow Road, which the players are agreeing that it is going to be one lap. And just as a reminder for the rules, the players can choose Rainbow Road without using a fast lap joker. And they have to agree or disagree if they are playing one lap or 3 lap. If they both agree to play all 3 laps, they may do so. If one of them disagrees to play 3 lap, then it is automatically just the first lap. So the players are doing the fast lap this time. Amiral with a little bit of a cart dance at the beginning. Uno's looked pretty clean. I did not see the Tran as I was explaining the rules, but I believe that both players were good based on what I was seeing on the approach to the first shroom. Uno's playing ham, taking some very tight corners on the Rainbow Road here. Gets a little bit of a wall bonk here, but doesn't run him out too far. Amiral holding the mini turbo to dodge the chain chomp. Good third shroom from Uno. Looking very good. Hard to tell on this track specifically, unless one hits a chain chomp or has a massive wall bonk. So I'm not sure how far ahead either player is. Amiral bonking the shroom quite a bit. Based on the general movement, I want to say that Uno is ahead. One more chain chomp to say no to Uno. Uno makes it around with the wall bonking around it and gets a 140-16. Amiral on the final spiral. Driving a lot more aggressively than earlier. And it gets 201.38, which I believe goes to Uno, but we're going to convert now. 201.38. 16. And yes, Uno is taking Rainbow Road. So now in set 3, we are 1 track to 1. And 1 set to 1. 1-1, 1-1. Okay. And Uno taking us to Bowser's Castle. This one will be quite interesting. Because it is, I don't know, it's not as high variance, in my opinion, as the other picks from Uno, and just offers so many chances for the lower ranked player to make a mistake. It's hard to tell if this is I would say this favors the higher ranked player, in my opinion. All right, both players with the mushroom cut. Uno into the castle, making it around the thwomps. First set down. Amiral on the approach. Gets a little caught. Oh, tumbles on the wall and gets grabbed by the wall too. So Uno in the lead. Amiral now on some wonky thwomp cycles. Had to make some decisions on that second set. Has a good entrance into the courtyard. Uno finishing up lap 1 and gets 38.57, goes for the SSMT, but bonks. So Uno's to lose at this point, makes it through the first set of thwomps. Second set, makes it through cleanly, didn't have to make too much of a last second decision. Amiral is going to be on the second approach. Uno getting caught up at the end of the stairs. Amiral making it through clean on thwomp cycle 1. Second thwomps. Is forced to make a decision. Zags what he should have zigged. Thwomp now blocking his way. So Uno very comfortably in the lead at this point. It would take probably a thwomp smash, which I sincerely hope does not happen. Third set of thwomps. Uno making it through. No tricky thwomp cycle on the second set for Uno. And looking like he takes this one. Catches the wall. Almost falls into the lava. Oh, heart attack. It's never over. It is truly just never over. That would have made the big difference. Uno with the 156.25. Amiral being able to get through cleanly on lap 3 through the thwomps. Stairs. Good courtyard entrance. Goes for the extra MT because why not? No drop MT. And takes a safe ending for the 225.80. And as we thought, Uno takes it. So Uno up two tracks to 1 in set 3. And is now Amiral's pick. Amiral taking us to Wario Stadium. Very good pick. All right. I'm going to sync this up just a little bit more. Doesn't really matter since it's going to be such a disparity given the frame rates. However, just want to get these start synced up. All right, so a track that will favor Amiral. Amiral picking Wario Stadium. So long as we get some clean, tight corners from Amiral. Amiral should be at a big advantage. The mushrooms are going to make a big difference. Uno taking pretty medium mushroom. Amiral having actually a little bit wider of an angle, goes for the readjustment mid-air, which can be very risky. You can risk a tumble going for that mid-air adjustment. He does not. Hits the wall a little bit, but not too bad. But I would say Uno still had the cleaner mushroom, bearing that in mind. Was a good risk, though, because Amiral's mushroom was a bit wider than Uno's. Aside from that, players driving about the same, not really risking, riding the walls, doing mini turbos. So Uno, I believe, looks to be in the lead. $131.51. Uno driving a bit more aggressively on lap 2. Wow, nice double bounce MT, and is now on the approach to the second mushroom. I mean, takes a pretty wide angle, does the adjustment, trans on the second side. Wow, I can't believe we saw an adjustment from both players, lap 1 and lap 2. Very nice double bounce MT from Amiral. Amiral on the approach to the second mushroom. Has a much better mushroom. Lap 2, no adjustment necessary. I want to say Uno is still in the lead ever so slightly. Amiral going for the first of the flip-flop MT. Heck yes. Yeah, as a PAL player, pretty much that first one is you should probably at least go for. 115.32 from Uno. But overall, good clean driving. No tumbles so far from both players. Uno again with the aggressive double bounce. Hits the wall, does not get the MT. Third mushroom approach. Super wide. Goes for the adjustment. Makes a crazy good adjustment. Amiral on the start of lap 3 now. Driving a bit more aggressively up against the wall now. Takes a bit more of an aggressive double bounce. Bonks against the wall. Surprisingly, bonking against the wall at that point does not waste a ridiculous amount of time. Amiral with a wide mushroom on this one. With the adjustments that Uno made, I want to say that Uno is in the lead now to take this set. Has a very consistent laps. 1:15, 55, 32, and 52. Wow. Good showing by Uno. Good showing by Amiral as well. Final ramp coming up for Amiral. There's a little bit of a dance down at the bottom. Yeah, no big mistakes from either player. Some wall bonks, but no crazy tumbles. The mushrooms were wide or with adjustment, which is crazy. 2 adjustments from Uno and 1 from Amiral. Amiral with the 433.48. This looks like it should be in Uno's favor. We're going to find out right now. And indeed, not by a large amount, about a second, 1.2 seconds. Uno takes the third track in set 3 and therefore takes set 3, with the scores now being 2-1 in Uno's favor, with Amiral's pick first. Amiral taking us back to Luigi Raceway. Good choice. Good choice. Now that both the players have had a moment to play that one, this should, without a doubt, be in Amiral's favor. And they are off. A little bit of off-road touching from both of the players. Amiral having a much better time getting around the first large turn. Uno with the wall bonk again. Gets caught up by the wall a little bit. Amiral's first shroom up. Both players driving very well. Amiral should be ever so slightly in the lead now. Second tunnel for Uno. He goes a little bit wider so as to avoid the wall. Amiral having a good first turn on lap 2, entering the tunnel. Good double shroom from Uno. 32.70. Amiral's double shroom up. A dozen adjustments. Smart adjustment from Amiral. Otherwise, that would have been a wall bonk for sure. Narrowly makes it back onto the track. Great adjustment. That was very smart. Overall, both players going around each corner about the same. No crazy aggressiveness from either one. Uno with the 140.90. So I believe Amiral is slightly in the lead. We'll see if he beats 200. Should beat 2001. Takes a little bit more of an aggressive final second penultimate. Ooh, that actually might have cost it. Very close now with those final mistakes. 200.90 and 140.90. I mean, that's actually like super close. Phew. Amiral's still taking it. I was worried with that ending. He was forced to hold that second last MT a little bit longer, and then try to go for another MT, and would have risked going off the road. Whew! Amiral taking the first track in set 4 here. Whew! Not for a lack of trying. And good driving from both of the players. Yeah, no super. The biggest mistake I believe so far has just been some wall grabbage from Amiral in Bowser's Castle. Otherwise, the players are actually playing very similarly. And then DK Jungle Parkway for Uno. And we're going to Frap Snowland. Emerald's typing. It looks like we are good. I don't know what they were about to say, but we're starting anyways. Oh. No start. Oh, they just reset. Okay. I don't know what happened there. Not sure. But Uno is picked for Snowland. We gotta restart. Uno hitting some of the off-road here. First shroom up. Uno making it over, making it between the snowmen. Amiral stays a lot more to the left, so I believe Uno had these better shroom. Gets the 3505 on this clean cartridge. All flashing numbers for Uno. 4222 for Amiral. Second shroom up. Uno with a really, really good mushroom. About as ideal as it gets. Jumping and making it between all the snowmen. Amiral second shroom up. Gets caught on the back end of the jump. So Uno with the advantage at this point with the 34. Was that 86 or 36? $43.21 from Amiral. Third shroom up for Uno. Another good mushroom. Just some risk, almost hitting the snowman, but makes it through. Amiral on the approach to the final shroom. Third shroom up. Goes wide, but stays on the track. Very good mushroom. Just very conservative so as not to go out of bounds, which makes a lot of sense for the one try. You're really hoping for a big mistake there. This looks like Uno's track. $207.24 to $143.84. And indeed, Uno takes it by a few seconds. That the big jump on lap 2 and a little bit of a conservative lap 1 for Amiral made the difference, and Uno driving progressively better all 3 laps brought the advantage. So we're 1-1 in set 4 with Amiral's pick. And we're going back to Mario Raceway. Good pick. Good pick. I didn't count down, so I don't know what Uno's doing. he forgot. But now we are ready, and now I'm counting them down. Uno gung-ho to get to Mario Raceway. Ready for the rematch. I have now counted them down, so now they're going to start. All right. And they are off. Uno on the approach to the first mushroom cut. Makes it through very clean. Amiral going around. Amiral's going to be hoping for a mistake from Uno now. So Uno could actually probably go safe laps 2 and 3 and have a slight advantage. Hard to say. Both players had a fantastic mushroom cut. Good clean driving from Amiral. Uno does go safe on lap 2. I wonder if he knows. It's going to be tough to tell if that time advantage makes the big difference in the overall. But I'm going to say probably. Probably. Amiral having a little bit of trouble getting to the mushroom spot. All right. Uno again going safe. Yes, we're gonna see in real time if one mushroom cut makes a huge difference, especially on an NTSC versus PAL. Amiral going around. Good driving from Uno. Well done. Very, very conservative turns from Amiral. Very clean, very standard driving. So we're going to see if this makes a huge difference. I'm going to say probably. 132, 22, 2, 1, 17, 29. And it doesn't. It does not. Even with Amiral's very conservative turns, safe turns, Amiral does take track 3 by about 0.71. Not about, by 0.71 on the conversion. Wow, that's so now we know. Now we know. An NTSC player can risk one mushroom, and Uno had a fantastic mushroom cut. It wasn't no wall grab. It was about as ideal as a person could hope for. And even with conservative driving from a PAL player wins out. Very interesting. All right, and Uno's taking us to Royal Raceway. It's a very tough pick. We might be seeing a set 5 here. Because this one is, it's tough to say. You know, there are larger variants sections of this track, aka the 180, and then there are overall lower variance portions, which is the entire rest of the track. So really, the 180 and the mushroom cut. Otherwise, if they have similar driving, PAL should be at an advantage. Amiral with a better looking 180 cut. So this track will generally favor the PAL player slash higher ranked player. Both players having a pretty decent mushroom. I don't think either one looked particularly better than the other. So with everything else being about the same, Amiral should be slightly in the lead at this moment. 49.60, good lap from Uno. Amiral missing a couple of mini turbos here. Goes into the off-road. Does beat the 1 minute marker. So this Uno actually has pulled ever so slightly into the lead now. Ooh, nice aggressive jump from Amiral. Very well done. Some dropped mini turbos. Second shroom up. Very nice shroom from Amiral. Much stronger than the first one. Uno also falling prey to that off-road section. Hits the 49.28. Amiral jumping down. Nice driving from Amiral. Very, very nice hug on that mountain structure, or large hill, I suppose. Does go aggressive again and almost goes off road. has a better lap. I think only by 0.02. I think that was 59.65 and 59.63. So consistent, and I think that means that Uno is in the lead now. Uno has had a progressively better lap. But again, hard to say with there being a bit of a PAL difference. 227.98. There's been some errors from Amiral. Both players have been going off road and hitting some dropped mini turbos, but Amiral has a very good ending here. Good S turn. No big bounces from both players. We got 258 to a 227. And indeed, Uno does take it by about 0.41. Excuse me, not by exactly 0.41 of a second. So we are tied in set 4. Amiral's pick, but if he loses, then Uno will win the match. Uno will win the match if Amiral picks and loses here. And Amiral taking us to DK Jungle Parkway. All right, risky. Let's do it. Very interesting pick. I wouldn't have thought that this would have been a pick, but we saw what happened last time. But this is going to be high stakes for both the players. All right, and we are off. Looks like Amiral's driving more aggressively than last time. Uno accidentally touches the off-road. As you saw, he got hit by the Kiwano fruit. Both players going, for much more aggressive jump, but Amiral getting caught on the double trees and gets hit by some more Kiwano fruits. So it looks like Uno is slightly in the lead now. As he did have the better mushroom. First cave climb up. Uno does the adjustment. I think he felt that tumble happening, and makes sure not to do it again. Good, very smart adjustment. I've seen that in a few of these courses now from the players. The Wario Stadium jumps, and now DK Jungle Parkway cave climbs. Uno gets a bit caught at the end of the mushroom. Looks like Amiral had a cleaner mushroom on this lap specifically. I don't know if it was enough to gain time on that first mushroom snag, but it should be a lot closer between both players. Uno having a much more confident cave climb there. Hits the 40 flat. Second cave climb. Amiral getting caught on the bridge a little bit. Cave climbs just fine. Hits a 47.65. Uno going for an incredibly safe jump, which is going to cost him on the mushroom cut there. Amiral taking a bit more of an aggressive, not too much more though. Both players getting hit with all the Kiwanos. Final cave climb. I don't know. This kind of looks like it's an Amiral's. Oh, wow. Crazy aggressive jump. Cave climb from Uno. Okay. Hits the 159.57. I can't tell at this point. Final cave climb from Amiral. Does his standard cave climb. And hits the 222.53. Okay. time for a conversion because I'm not sure. And it is. Oh, Emerald takes it by 1.2 seconds. Okay, we're going to set 5. Emerald taking set 4. 3 tracks to 2. Very good showing. The closest set we've had yet. We had a tiebreaker. And now we are 2 sets to 2. All the tracks reset. No fast laps have been used, or excuse me, no shortcut or fast lap jokers have been used so far. Are we going to see a pick? I don't know. The players have been choosing the tracks very methodically. Higher ranked or higher variance for the NTSC, lower variance for the PAL player and higher ranked player. So it's been very methodical. We'll probably see a lot of the same tracks that we saw so far. At this point, there aren't many tracks that they haven't played, but there are ones that they are favoring. Yeah. Uno picking Yoshi Valley, but then saying no. So I think Uno. Not rethinking. Uno accidentally. Uno accidentally started. Again, very gung-ho and ready for this set 5. Let's go. Okay, just waiting for a ready from Amiral. That's funny. Oh man, Amiral also with the double false start. Okay, both players are now ready. Okay. Okay. Now we're starting for real. All right, Yoshi Valley, which was Uno's pick. So Uno losing in set 4 chooses Yoshi Valley. Has a slightly better mushroom, makes it through the first set of spinies. Amiral only getting caught up ever so slightly, but makes it through both sets of spinies. Good driving. Uno jumps, makes it over. Amiral jumps, makes it over. It's about the same angle. No egg smash. Amiral hitting the side, gets caught up just a little bit. Uno's ever so slightly in the lead, just from Amiral tapping some of these walls, but nothing bigger. Whoa! Uno tries to jump, but it hits the spiny and falls off. Hits the spiny and spins out over the wall. Both players making it over the jump. Uno forced to hold a very large MT so as to not only not go out of bounds again and fall, but miss the egg. So Amiral now very in the lead at this point with a big mistake from Uno, hopping as he hit the spiny. Which visually I understand why the hop happened, but unfortunately spinies have infinite height. So even if you try to like hop over them, like they're a mole or something. I don't know if moles also don't have that, but you can go under moles, which is an important distinction. But you can't actually go over a spiny. You will be hit by the spiny because it is infinitely tall. All right. Anyways, so we have a 151.26 to a 141.48, which looks to be by a large amount a big win from Amiral on Yoshi Valley. And it is by about 11 seconds due to that Very very fun jump from Uno. Okay, and Amiral first blood on set 5. Up 1. And it is Amiral's pick as well, so we can see an advantaged pick now to an Amiral's hope to bring it 2-0. And we are going back to Mario Raceway. Good pick. It's been to Amiral's advantage so far. Uno knows that he has to go aggressive on more than one mushroom cut. So this is a very smart in the moment play from what we've seen so far in sets previous. Because we saw a big mistake from Uno in the first Mario Raceway, didn't make it through the first mushroom cut, and got the second and third mushroom cut, but Amiral driving around still was fine. Uno having a much cleaner second Mario Raceway, did one mushroom cut, and then drove safe. Amiral went safe all 3, and then Amiral took that one, so we all know that Uno has to drive aggressive all 3, at least 2 of the laps. Uno goes for the first mushroom cut, makes it, gets caught up on the wall a little bit. Amiral knows that he can take it easy. But so far, so good for Uno. Second approach. Makes it through. 2 out of 3 for Uno. Which, even with Amiral's very clean driving, should make it very close. Oh, but Uno bonks the second shroom. He's going to be definitely forced to do a third mushroom cut here. I imagine that he was going to go for it anyways, but before that mushroom, he may have chosen to go around just to see. But now he's forced, goes aggressive, gets hung up a bit, which probably takes away the majority of the time for that cut. So we're gonna see. He made it through clean. No big hang up. The third shroom was the third mushroom cut was the big hang up, and comes through with the 1:17.58. Must not have been, because he did have a slightly better lap 3 than 2, but he also didn't bonk the mushroom. Excuse me. And Amiral with a very clean and standard Mario Raceway 1:32.58. I am not sure on this conversion offhand. And it is, wow, Uno take it. Wait, did I mistype? 1:43.25. And why is that so different? 1:17.58. Did I mistype that? Where did Amiral? Is this right? This can't be right. Oh, this is very wrong. 1:32.58. Why did I typed very incorrectly? Yeah, there was a 10-second disparity, so I was like, what happened here? I must have hit something. It's actually very hard to see the controls of the overlay because it still shows the top part. So the actual controls, you can hardly see what you're typing. So apologies to the viewers. I mistyped, and Amiral does take track 2. So even with 3 mushroom cuts, the general movement is still in Amiral's favor. Still in Amiral's favor. So now Uno is forced to pick what might be the last choice. Oh, ha ha ha. And we're going to Royal Raceway Shortcut 3 lap is Uno's pick, using the Joker. Both players are ready. So shortcut down. And it does not use his Royal Raceway pick unless he uses the flap, which he did not. Yeah. Thank you, Parisian player. I'm not sure. I must have missed a number or something. Oh, yeah. So not sure if Emerald has ever done this shortcut before. However, Uno shrooming into the water, which loses 10 seconds each time he does it. He doesn't go for another one, which is interesting. So now he's 10 seconds behind Emerald, plus a PAL conversion. Um, he's gonna need to hit the second one first try because even with clean driving, if he makes one now, he's still at only a 2 second advantage, but he's also at a movement disadvantage due to the difference in rank and system in console version. So I imagine he's really hoping for two hits. All right, Uno not going for the flop, hits the mushroom, goes over, good jump. Emerald, not having ever done this, makes sense. He's not going to go for it. And just going to try to drive clean. So Uno making up for all of the time that he lost. But if he wants to feel confident, is really going to want to go for the third jump here. Doesn't have a mushroom. He was using a mushroom for safety before. Oh, hops, but doesn't make it. Uh-oh. Uno at even if he makes a jump now, is at a large disadvantage. Ooh, oh, this might be it actually. So that's 20 seconds of loss, but 12 of gain. So that should be net 8 seconds of time loss. With Amiral driving clean, I believe Amiral is going to comfortably take this one. Very standard driving from Amiral. Good. Doesn't have to risk these. It really just boils down to making the shortcuts here. So not having to go for them. This is probably amongst some of the easiest driving. Although I can see on the heart rate monitor that the pressure they feel is on, but it is not. Because this will convert in Amiral's favor undoubtedly. And indeed it does, as we thought, with a 13-second difference, give or take. Amiral takes set 5 and therefore wins the match. GG's from both the players, to both the players here. Uno putting up one hell of a fight. Amiral driving very, very consistently, very cleanly. Both players just about taking the tracks that they chose each time. With some mistakes. There weren't a lot of crazy big mistakes except for a couple tracks. Uno was really hoping to get to 2 out of 3 jumps, but did not, and gives up set 5. So GG's, get your GG's in chat if you could please. And Amiral now with one additional win over Uno. And just to let you know what's coming up, so this is currently week 4, which goes through November 16th in season 7 of the Mario Kart One Try League. We have a match coming up by Elite Fire and Scarface, which is happening in 2 hours. So keep an eye out for that. And then later today, we have Hank Hill versus Baker. I tell you what. And that's going to be at 5 o'clock Eastern tonight. And then tomorrow afternoon, we have Dr. DK Bonanza versus Ben at 4:30 p.m. Central, 5:30 p.m. Eastern time. And then Dan's game versus MF on Saturday the 15th. No time set for that. And then Matthias versus Zoran, which will be hosted by MF, which is happening on Sunday the 16th at 9 a.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. CET. So I'm your host, Haddock, and I hope you all have a fantastic day or evening if you're over the ocean. And I will see you again very soon. Thank you, and have a great day. Oh, we are perhaps not done. Oh. Nope, we are good. We had a question in regards to the shortcut attempt, which is if a player if the rule is if shortcut is chosen, that the players have to make a discernible attempt at the shortcut. However, in review of the rules, we are in agreement that only the person that chooses shortcut is the person that must make a recognizable attempt. And to quote the rules themselves, the player that used the shortcut joker must make a recognizable attempt at a known shortcut during the race, which makes sense. If you're choosing shortcut, you need to do the shortcut. However, Amiral did not choose shortcut, so therefore did not have to go for it. So everything stands, and we are still finished. But now we are confident that we are done. So thank you and take care.